Let's jump right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking a truly awe-inspiring philanthropic journey. We're talking about a project of absolute staggering scale, an initiative focused entirely on bringing joy, hope, and real-world medical impact to kids fighting the absolute toughest battle of their lives, pediatric cancer. We're going to break down how this massive operation was pulled off, the life-saving science it supports, and, crucially, how it highlights some of the absolute best movements fighting to end childhood cancer forever.
To really wrap our heads around the gravity of what we're looking at today, we have to start right here. Mom, this might be hard, but I'm going to be okay. Those were the words of a young boy named Mac on the exact day he received his cancer diagnosis. Just take a second to let the emotional weight of that sink in. I mean, it so brilliantly captures the incredible resilience of these kids. It's that unwavering bravery faced with an unimaginable reality that inspired the entire extraordinary initiative we're exploring today.
So, to celebrate kids like Mac who have completed or are still going through grueling treatments, an absolutely monumental premise was born. The goal? Fulfilling a full century of dreams, granting 100 unique wishes. When you ask a kid who spent their life fighting a critical illness what their one wish in the world would be, well, you can imagine the answers are as wild and beautiful as it gets.
You know, for a lot of us, childhood meant playing outside, going to school, having carefree weekends. But for these kids, it's meant fighting for their lives in hospital beds. They've literally had their normal, everyday childhood stolen from them. Seeing that stark contrast really helps us understand why delivering joy on an unprecedented scale isn't just a nice, feel-good thing to do. It's a vital, absolutely necessary act to restore some of the magic that this disease tried to take away.
And man, when it came to restoring that magic, the scale of these wishes was completely off the charts. We're talking true, once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Imagine 30 kids getting Disney World entirely to themselves, no lines, just running straight onto the rides. One girl actually swam with a real whale shark, the biggest fish in the world. Others signed an actual SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket right before it launched, took helicopter tours during a week at Disney's Aulani Resort in Hawaii, and, get this, even surprised the stars of Moana at the movie premiere. Oh, and for a few kids, it meant being dropped into a toy store with a completely infinite budget on a credit card. The sheer volume of joy generated here is just staggering.
But pulling this off didn't just rely on incredible locations. It also tapped into an extraordinary community of global superstars. We're talking about the world's biggest creators, chart-topping musicians, and award-winning actors all coming together for one unified cause, just making these kids happy.
It really is a historic community effort. I mean, LeBron James literally handed over the keys to his 330 Foundation House in Akron to give kids an unforgettable VIP experience. K-pop sensation Stray Kids shocked a massive fan with a surprise meet and greet and a private live performance. Brooke got to cook alongside award-winning chef Christina Tosi to create a totally custom dessert. And Shelby? She explored a haunted museum in Vegas with Sam and Colby, with Colby himself actually being a cancer survivor who deeply related to her journey. These massive stars delivered highly personalized, dream-come-true moments across the board.
Now, in the midst of all this spectacular high-energy fun, we really have to pause and ask ourselves a serious question. Why are these wishes actually important? Beyond just a fun day out, what is the tangible impact of a wish?
Well, the answer is profoundly moving. As one hospital professional in the source material explains, these wishes are actually considered part of the life-saving cure. By creating a core, joyful memory, it gives these children and their families something beautiful to hold on to. It gives them the vital mental and emotional strength they need to push through up to 2.5 years of toxic, exhausting therapies. Joy, in this context, is literally a weapon against the disease.
And the reality of this disease is incredibly staggering. Every single year, 400,000 kids worldwide get cancer. Let that sink in. Not 400,000 adults, 400,000 children. That number is a heavy one, and it really grounds us in exactly why this mission is so urgent.
Furthermore, and tragically, every year more than 105,000 kids around the world lose their lives to cancer. No child should ever have to die of cancer. It's a stark reminder that behind every smile in those theme parks and behind every celebrity meet and greet, there is an ongoing, daily battle for survival happening in hospitals across the globe right now.
So a crucial part of this is understanding how these medical realities connect to our everyday actions. See, when kids receive treatments for cancer, those treatments often destroy their blood cells, which means they desperately need blood transfusions to survive. Yet only 2 to 3% of eligible adults actually donate blood. 97% do not. That's a massive deficit,
and it's something this wish-granting project actively sought to change, which we'll look at in just a second.
But first, we have to highlight the organizations doing this critical work year-round, representing some of the absolute best movements in the philanthropic space. Give Kids the World is a phenomenal nonprofit. They fulfill wishes every single day by giving children with critical illnesses and their families cost-free week-long vacations. To raise funds, they even offer the chance to win a night in the most exclusive room in the world, Cinderella's Castle Suite at Disney World. It's just an incredible example of how structured philanthropy gives kids at their lowest point something beautiful to look forward to.
And when it comes to the science, Stand Up to Cancer is truly one of the best movements operating today. Their mission goes straight to the root of the problem. They're forming a literal dream team of the top researchers and scientists on the planet to fund life-saving basic research. The ultimate goal? To completely put an end to pediatric cancer through innovation, so that in the future, children won't ever have to endure those toxic therapies to begin with.
So we've seen the fun and we've met the organizations. Now let's look at the actual driving real-world ripple effects of granting these 100 wishes.
Remember earlier when we talked about that desperate need for blood? Well, the biggest wisher in this entire project chose to remain completely anonymous. Instead of asking for a lavish trip or a celebrity meeting, his only wish was to help other cancer patients. By organizing an unprecedented blood drive, they collected enough red and white blood cells to save 1,000 lives. 1,000 people, quite literally given the gift of life, all because of one kid's completely selfless wish.
And the financial impact? It's just as mind-blowing. To tackle the root of the disease, the organizers of this initiative partnered with companies like Amgen, who are developing next-generation cancer treatments, and organizations like St. Baldrick's, where heroes shaved their heads in solidarity with these kids. Together, they made a colossal $6.5 million donation to Stand Up to Cancer to kickstart that research dream team. I mean, that level of funding is going to change a staggering amount of lives and push us directly toward a cure.
So how does this all bridge back to you at home? The source material lays out some incredibly simple, actionable steps that anyone can take right now to support this mission. Step 1. Donate blood. As we saw, the shortage is severe, and if you can't donate money, donating blood quite literally saves lives. Step 2. Volunteer at a local hospital to read to kids who are going through these really isolating treatments. And Step 3. If you know someone, a friend, a loved one, who's fighting cancer, just go visit them. Honestly, your presence and connection means the absolute world to them. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. Together, every step brings us a little closer to a world without cancer. We've seen today how joy, backed by relentless medical research, is fundamentally changing the landscape of pediatric illness. So I'll leave you with this. After seeing the extraordinary resilience of these 100 kids, what is one step you can take in your own community today to help grant a wish of your own?